On the Raiders rundown, yes, training camp has officially begun for the rookies. We're also going to talk about the latest Madden ratings for our Raiders players. Richie Incognito, the GOAT, has officially retired. Kenyan Drake also seems like he is ready to play week 1 and the injury troubles are not bothering him. All this and much more will be talked about on the Raiders rundown, so make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell for more notifications. My name is WiFiWillie. Let's get this going. So let's talk about the rookies and who could feasibly start amongst these rookies. Now, unlike previous years, there's been reports by people like Vincent Bosingor of the Las Vegas Review-Journal that the Raiders are in no rush to start any rookies. Now, this is based off assumptions by him, mainly when you look at his article. However, I do think there's some validity to this statement. In the past, think about 2019, when we brought in some rookies. Look, we needed some people to start. We needed a starting running back, so we had Josh Jacobs, needed a starting strong safety. You bring in Jonathan Abram, and then Cleveland Farrell, obviously, we needed a defensive end, and we ended up getting Farrell and Crosby, and obviously Hunter Renfrow was just a cherry on top right there. But it seems like this year we have most of our bases covered when you look at our rookie class. Dylan Parham, the first player drafted by the Raiders, a center/guard, could feasibly start at right guard if somebody like Denzel Good is not healthy. Denzel Good had a season-long injury last year, and if he is healthy, I think it's going to be a battle between Parham and John Simpson on the left side. However, I think John Simpson played a lot of games last year, got a lot of reps, and really has shown some improvement over his career, being a 4th round pick out of Clemson in 2020. So he probably has a good opportunity to start because he stayed healthy and because he had a lot of reps last year, to be completely honest. So I could see a situation where it's, Simpson, Andre James, and then Dylan Parham for that interior unless Denzel Good is healthy. Now, Zamir White, the second player drafted by the Raiders this past year in the 4th round, could he start? I don't think he could start. You have reports by Kenyan Drake coming out after having an interview in a podcast, I believe it was Silver and Black today, and Kenyan Drake said that he should be ready to go by training camp. So not only week 1, this guy will be playing in training camp this upcoming week, and he's ready to go. And we know he had a season-long injury last year. I believe he tore his ACL, and so it was like, wow, is this guy going to even be ready to play in the regular season? But according to his recovery, according to his process, he should be ready to go, and he says he'll definitely be ready to go. There's no questions about it, and this was in the Silver and Black Pride podcast. Sorry, not Silver and Black today, Silver and Black Pride podcast. So Kenyan Drake, he's excited for the opportunity to get back on the field. He's been hurt for the majority of 7 months, but he feels great, and he's ready to get back on the field, and it's not his first rodeo. So, Josh Jacobs is still going to be the #1 back. He's a Pro Bowl back. He's a top 10 running back most of the time, especially when he's healthy. Man, I got so much lip sweat here. I feel like I'm like Ruben Studdard having to wipe it off all the time. And so if Drake's healthy, then obviously that cuts into Zamir White's reps. This guy is clearly going to be a depth player, especially given the fact that we have Brandon Bolden as well on our team. So don't expect Zamir White to start this season or really any of the rookies. Now, who could start? We talked about Dylan Parham, and then you also have Matthew Butler. I glossed over Neil Farrell Jr., the nose tackle, because we re-signed Jonathan Hankins, and I highly doubt Neil Farrell see some action unless Jonathan Hankins gets hurt before week 1. Now, Matthew Butler, I believe, has an opportunity to start in a rotational fashion as a sort of pass rushing defensive tackle, because really, when you look at our interior defensive line when we're in the sub defense, it really is going to be Bilal Nichols, and it's kind of open season for that second interior defensive lineman. Could it be Vernon Butler? Could it be Kendall Vickers? Could he finally get his time to shine? Or will it be Matthew Butler? And Matthew Butler take it in the 4th round, highly coveted player out of Tennessee. I think he has a really good opportunity and not really too intense of competition to beat to win that rotational role. And then it's pretty much Thayer Mumford and Britton Brown, who I think have a tough time to even make the roster, to be completely honest. A lot of people like Thayer Mumford because he played at Ohio State, a really big college, but he's drafted in the 7th round for a reason. And I just think that the Raiders have planned to have Alex Leatherwood start at right tackle. And if he doesn't work out, or if he has to switch to guard due to injuries, I think they're very comfortable with having Brandon Parker out there and perhaps even Jermaine Illuminor, who was also re-signed this past offseason. So I don't anticipate Thayer Mumford really getting a crack at starting, and obviously Britton Brown's not going to get a crack at starting or even playing if Zamir White has a tough road ahead of him, because we have Josh Jacobs, Kenyan Drake, and Brandon Bolden. Now the Madden ratings have been released, and obviously Jerry Rice, the Hall of Famer GOAT, had to say what's up to the other GOAT, Davante Adams, and let him know that he is 99 overall for the 2nd year in a row. Shout out to Davante Adams. Hell yeah. Dope that like the Raiders are coming into the season with the #1 receiver in Madden. And I know Madden is a superficial thing. It doesn't matter too much, but when have we ever had that? Like, when's the last time we've been walking into a season and we had a 99, not even a receiver, I mean, just a 99 player in Madden going into the season? And that just shows that the media itself is hyping up the Raiders. So I don't know, bro. Like, I haven't seen the media hype up the Raiders in a long time. Really, you see all these TV analysts and reporters suddenly all over Derek Carr's nuts. Like, when the hell has that happened? Everybody, even if Derek Carr's had a great year in 2019, 2020, people still shit on Derek Carr, especially the media, especially even Raiders reporters. They all crap on Derek Carr, but all of a sudden everybody's on Derek Carr's nads, and it's just kind of like, whoa, is there something big going on? When I see, you know, the big networks really hype up the Raiders, it's a rare thing for me, and it has me thinking like, whoa, could they just rig it for the Raiders in certain situations? Now, I'm not talking about there's rigging in the beginning of the season, but if there's a key situation down the stretch, maybe we'll have some Saints versus Rams pass interference calls where it's clear PI, but you know, maybe they withhold the flag to have the popular team get further down the stretch. Hey, I'll take it because we've always gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to the referees. But the fact that the media is hyping up the Raiders makes me think I got to put my Super Bowl bets in now. I'm not sure. Maybe I got to start spending some money now to win some later. So Davante Adams is at the #1 list. When it comes to wide receivers, Hunter Renfrow did not make that number 10 overall list. Instead, we got Amari Depressed Cooper at number 10. Hopefully the Cleveland Browns get a lot of mileage out of Amari Cooper. I don't know. I just think that if you're giving up for what, a 5th round pick by the Cowboys, there's something going on. There's something that the Cowboys know that the Browns don't know. And I think they're going to regret trading for Amari Cooper and relying on him to be their #1 receiver. Now, Hunter Renfrow did not get into the top 10, which is kind of unfortunate. Keenan Allen is there instead. And I personally think that Hunter Renfrow had a better year than Keenan Allen when you look at the numbers last year in terms of volume, receptions based on targets. I mean, Hunter Renfrow, objectively, in my opinion, had more production per target than Keenan Allen last year if you just look at the numbers. But Hunter Renfrow did get top 10 in catching in his Madden rating, #6. So he's going to be some sure hands to make those possession catches for you when you're playing Madden against your friends. And it's kind of good because you know what I used to always hate? When you're playing competitions in Madden, really intense stuff, and you're like, dang, should I choose the Raiders? Madden gave them some poor ratings. I might lose if I choose the Raiders. I always choose anyway, and I go down swinging with the Raiders no matter what. But now we're finally going to have some good ratings, so no matter what Madden competition you're in, you're more likely to win some games with the Raiders. And my guy Richie Incognito finally retired, and he retired as a Raider, which is really cool to see because he spent his career in numerous other places, in Miami, in Buffalo, and he only spent the latter part of his career with the Raiders. Really only played a season and a half with the Raiders, but he loves the organization so much that he is going to retire a Raider. And to me, that says a lot about our ownership. That says a lot about the previous coaching staff, despite the fact that a lot of people want to rewrite the history and talk crap on our previous coaching staff, even though it was a great coaching staff. That says a lot about them, that they won Richie Incognito over somebody who, in my opinion, is a future Hall of Famer based on the numbers. You can make fun of him and you know, mistakes he's made throughout his career and whatnot, but I don't really give a crap about that. What I give a crap about is what you do on the football field. And when you look at Richie Incognito and you watch him play as an offensive lineman, it is undeniable that he is talented. It is undeniable that he's a rare occurrence when you have a lineman playing this long in the NFL, all the way up until age 39 and still being productive, still being a Pro Bowl caliber guard into the latter years of his career. That is rare. That is rare. And he is choosing to retire as a Raider. And I think he does deserve a shot in the Hall of Fame because you know what? I'm going to get a little dark here, but if people like Ray Lewis, who've been accused of way worse things than Richie Incognito, are allowed in the Hall of Fame, I think Incognito should be in the Hall of Fame. Let me know what you guys think. And what's cool about Incognito, he's going to go back to school and get his MBA. So if you are in college and you're in a classroom with Incognito, let me know. I'd like to see how that guy is taking notes on his laptop and asking questions to the professor. Honestly, they're going to need a bigger desk and a bigger chair to fit this guy in these classrooms. Now, we have some good news about Madden. Some of our receivers are getting love, like Davante Adams, like Hunter Renfrow. By the way, Darren Waller ranked as the 4th best tight end on Madden. Mark Andrews beat him out with Kittle and along with Travis Kelce. Look, I think if Waller wouldn't have got injured the second half of the year, he's probably definitely above Mark Andrews, but it's still cool to see him get some love. I was worried they would drop him a little lower. In my opinion, I think he's the GOAT. I think he's the best tight end in football. A lot of you guys disagree with that, but but when you look at the numbers and when you break it down, only Kelce is ahead of him statistically. And keep in mind, Waller really has been the guy who's been double covered, triple covered at times while he's a Raider. Kelce has the benefit of having Tyreek Hill on the opposite side. And also Kelce's played more games over the past 3 years than Waller because Waller's had some injuries. So look, if you just look at the numbers, I think Waller's clearly the best tight end. He just needs a couple more seasons under his belt to solidify that role. Glad he was ranked number 4. But what I'm really worried about in terms of these Madden ratings is what are they going to do to Derek Carr? Are they going to rip off my guy Derek Carr? I'm tired of seeing this dude in the 80s when he is far better than most quarterbacks in the NFL. And look, you still even have, CBS ranking their QBs by division. Derek Carr is ranked 4th, despite the fact that he won more games than Herbert, actually made the playoffs, and I thought he had a pretty good statistical season, given the fact that his main targets were just Renfro and Zay Jones most of the year with an offensive line that was struggling and still very young. So I don't know. Let me know what you think Derek Carr's rating should be. I think he at least deserves a 90, maybe an 89. I would be content with the 87. If you give him an 87, maybe have his breaking sack ranking low, bump up that awareness. This bro deserves like 99 awareness. And obviously that mid, short, and deep accuracy needs to be high as hell to satisfy me. And I am also creating Jamarcus Russell on Madden right now. I made a little mini video about him. I'm thinking 99 throw power, but probably 20 awareness. So July 20th, in a couple days, the veterans are going to show up. I don't know when the media is going to really be able to talk to the Raiders. I think Thursday we'll see some more action. No Sue rumors right now. Nothing new has developed there. No free agent rumors, no trade rumors. None of that is really happening right now. This is the calm before the storm. This is the moment where you just go and practice with your players, evaluate and see what you have on the field. And maybe in a couple weeks, we'll see some transactions. We'll see the Raiders make some decisions, possibly after the first preseason game, August 4th, where we'll be live doing live play-by-play and reaction, by the way, on this YouTube channel. And then perhaps you'll see some transactions made, be like, oh man, I think we need some help over here. Whoa, I thought this guy was going to be better. Wow, we're actually great in this area, and maybe we can get away with making no transactions here. A lot of decisions are going to be made in these next few weeks, and we'll keep you up to date on everything happening. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the Raiders Rundown for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.